Hello everybody, it is I, Lightning Bliss from EDK Productions, and I am going to be critiquing my work for the TF2 analysis Anarchy, directed by Scorcher and Dr. Wolf, and this one is for to be or not to be. Whoo. Now before I go on, I wanted to say that I have noticed that a lot of people seem to be counting how many times I sip my coffee during these, and well, let me explain something. I am a coffee drinker. I have to have my coffee in the morning because I record these in the morning, and without them I'm not bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and sometimes, well, I don't get enough sleep because my work follows me in my dreams. Anyways, so yes, I do have 1 to sometimes 2 cups a day, and if I'm really, really bad, which I can be, I'll have 3. And by that point, I'm going to get all shaky, especially if I don't have anything in my stomach. Oh, and I am a terrible person when it comes to breakfast. I don't eat breakfast very well. So, anyway. That being said, we are going to get started with To Be or Not To Be. Now, before I even start, I want to say that, well, first I'll apologize for the fan. It's really hot here in Texas. It gets up to 95, 97 right now, and with the humidity and small bedroom space, computer running, heat builds, and this fan is keeping me from suffocating. So it's going to get picked up on the microphone, and I apologize for it. I can't really do anything about it. I can only turn it off, the fan, when I'm actually recording for videos. And by then I'm sweating and I'm nasty and stuff, but at least y'all don't see that on a webcam. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to put up with it. Anyway, what I wanted to say about this particular project is that this has to do with the OC Thespio, or aka the Wulstinator. Originally, me, Keyframe, and Eliora all thought would it be funny of how to introduce him would be that he is a very over-exaggerated, charming flirt. And basically, all the mayors on the team were, basically, entranced by him, and that they couldn't help, being flirted by him and stuff. So, what ended up happening is that we came up with a script where all of us were basically entranced by him, and all the other male players on the team didn't like that very much. But unfortunately, it came off as pretty OP, and well, it made him look a little Mary Sue-ish. So he came up with another script, and after a little reworking, we finally came out with this. And this one, by far, up till now, was the longest TF2 intro of a character I've ever done. I was a little intimidated by it, and I was also concerned about whether or not was this actually fair that he had more screen time than everyone else. But for what it is the spy character. The spy character needs a lot of development because he's got so many things going on, and I'm rambling at this point. I like to think that this was a bit of a challenge, more like practice for me to get to the big videos that were coming up after this, such as Seven Nation Army. So this basically was testing my limits and to see what I could get away with and how far I could go with everything I've learned thus far. So let's get started. And I hope this video doesn't lag. For some reason it looks kind of laggy in the program. But anyway, getting started in 3, 2, 1, go. And there's a lot more people that went into this script, including Lily Pete, also known as Jerry Pete back then. To be, or not to be. Not to be.
Hey, Doc. What's that?
It's Gibbon's resignation form.
What was it? Huh? Why?
It says right here, left to become a pirate.
That was an easy little effect. You are a pirate.
Okay then.
Now, to be fair, I do not know why Give and Take left. I think he just lost interest. That's it. That's all I know. Don't ask me. Go ask Doc or Josh about it. Ooh, that was funny.
Hey, you big brutes.
That background is not moving fast enough. Oh well.
I'm the
You got burnt.
seriously burned Girl Scout cookie. Medic!
Talk? Burdensome.
Oh, keys.
Sorry to
Vectors.
sound so blunt, but can you possibly, maybe, kinda, sorta, if you don't mind, hire someone who isn't a walking, talking bullseye?
So, keyframes, vectors, if you can't tell from this video, then look at it from the original and you will see it.
Now
But
I see what you mean, Fire.
her vectors look extremely faded and fuzzy, if y'all didn't take notice of it, and here's why. It's because
Subtlety to fill
her
in
vectors
two slots
were
for
not
routine.
high in quality, they were extremely
That's what I
small in
think.
file
You
size.
actually have tunes then.
When that occurs and you stretch out an image, it gets
held for
more and more pixelated and you could see it.
Frame, why do you look like you're ready for Betty Bye?
So everybody else had bigger files, bigger vector sizes, but not hers. Like, in comparison to, say, Firebrand, which was this big.
Yes,
Keyframes was
where
this
applications can
big.
be turned in.
So
If
that
I may
became
ask,
a
Who
problem,
are you?
and
Oh,
it kept
sorry.
kind of getting
How
worse
rude.
and worse the more she was on
Name's
screen
Thespiel, Dr.
time.
Wolf. Actor, singer, dancer, etc. I heard through the chain link fence that a select few of my good
And
friends
there's
happen to spend their
Thespio.
free time out here, and I thought to myself, hey, maybe I could join the fun.
So you have personal connections to some of the teammates we've recruited here?
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh, I could have
I've worked
made
with
her
KP
go
few
across the
times,
desk a little
I've
better.
known Eliora and
I didn't notice that
Goldfox
till
for
now.
quite a while, and me and Keyframe here are pretty tight.
And we should care about that why?
Why? Why? Well, isn't
Now, I
that what
didn't make
being a
these
team is
vectors.
all about?
Another
You know,
artist did.
knowing
They
each
were
other's
another
strengths and
puppet design
weaknesses
that
for
that
better
were given
cohesion on
to
the battlefield?
Wilsonator, and he gave me access to the
Not to
puppet, and I
sound
just came out
rude
with
or
more
anything, but,
images,
I
including that
kinda
twitchy to
hate
face.
being left out of things that my friends are a part of, you know? And, I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm pretty hot to trot, if you know what I mean.
A bit of a hint to the
No,
former
you
script.
don't. And as a medical unprofessional, you might want to get that eye twitch looked at.
Listen, Mr. Thespio, while it is good you have a plethora of references with you, I'm
See,
afraid we
even
don't have
there,
too
her
many
vectors
positions
are
open at
too
the moment.
pixelated. It
You are
really,
currently
really
used to
bothers me
doing
that I
it.
didn't fix that sooner.
Afraid
But
I'll have to-
Come on, Doc, come on! Let Thespio give it a try.
is what it is.
Said, I've personally known him for a while, and I know from experience.
To be honest, I'm surprised Doc and Josh didn't talk to me about it. The only person that talked to me about it was Keyframe herself, because she was the only one that noticed, and I mean, I noticed too, but I'm like, this is all I have access to at the moment, and I wasn't confident enough to pull off her style.
Well, I suppose we should trust her opinion. Alright then, show us what you got, hipster.
Oh, yes, sir! Okay, how about this? If I were a bad demo man, I wouldn't be standing here discussing it with ya! Now would I?
You piece of creep!
I meant, can you shoot a
Oh,
gun?
wait, I know! Hey, pop quiz. How long does it take to beat a moron to death? Plunk! Oh,
That was fun.
oops.
Okay, first off,
Poor
I'm not
Silver
being-
Quill.
Second, would you just simmer down for a second?
Oh,
and-
wait, I know! My personal favorite. Here's a touching story, mate. Once upon a time, you died, and I lived happily ever after. The end.
Yeah, bring down the curtain there, Rob Schneider.
That was funny.
This is
The
an
little
actual
curtain
battlefield,
effect.
not a middle school play. We're kind of looking for someone that isn't a Mardi Gras float with hooves. That's what we have KP for, anyway.
Listen, Thespio, we do very much appreciate your enthusiasm.
Doc, can I
Proportions again,
Ow.
way off, and I think I finally realized why.
You need to indulge him for your own
It's
good.
because of the eye
He's a
contact.
great guy and all, but
I was worried if I shrunk
let's
Doc
face it,
down,
guy's got an ego the size
we'd
of
lose the
Silverclaw's
eye
fingers.
contact length.
You know, you guys are
But
the reason
see,
I'm one
it
of Dr.
works for
Wolf's
Doc and
favorite
Silverclaw right
patients.
here,
I
so...
apologize for my bluntness,
Uh,
but I
But I
struggle
think
to
that's
see
why
how
I
that's
did
our
it the way I
problem.
did, because I
Some
wanted them
days
to
I
stay in
wonder why I
eye
should get
contact
out of
level with
bed.
each other.
And then, the bed explodes.
It will become your problem. Trust me. If you don't stroke his ego, he will force you to stroke it. In very unpleasant ways.
Define unpleasant.
Oh, really? Tying me up and dangling
All
over
that
a
was
pistol
made by
with lava
Victor
sharks?
Brody. Really,
You know,
really
that
cool
would be
stuff.
Slightly threatening if you weren't cutting the rope at the freaking carnivor's kunai. You do know that's the worst spy knife, right? And since you clearly like to the face out, that makes
I love
you
the fact that Firebrand is not
Well
even
done.
scared, and
Well
he's
done.
just making Thespio
Also,
even
I
more
have to say some
angry.
new information has been brought to my attention, and I've had
I
time
should have
to
moved
process
the
your
knife
earlier
away.
Remarkable display of talent.
You're kidding. You're kidding, right?
We'll talk later.
Yeah, I should have moved the
Oh,
knife like
great
up
and
or
magnificent
away.
Thespio.
I don't like that
think we may have a
hiding
position
behind him.
for you that
And it just
requires your
disappeared. Okay.
superior acting
Should have just
skills as
floated
well as your
away. How about
unique,
that?
Close, intimate knowledge of the other team.
Go on.
Hey, could you let me down? My nose is starting to bleed.
Hey, Ink. Until the next wave is done.
Okay, these
why don't we give
vectors,
ourselves some
I
ice cream
took
and
the
talk
puppet
about
that was given to
Celestia's
me and
good
recreated
white
another
creams?
one and made
Aw,
the
that's so sweet of
spy
you,
vectors.
When did
And
you
here we
adopt a
go.
German accent?
Peekaboo!
Poor Ink.
Nothing personal. I just had to shut you and your head cannons up.
That laugh is hilarious.
Who was that guy? I smell the cloth of a white flag. Hey, Frenchie, I'm feeling hungry for some spy flambe, so you better...
You wouldn't hurt me, would you, my little apple dumpling?
No, of course not, sweetie. I wouldn't dream of it.
Ellie, the Big Mac is a spy!
Horse bando or what?
Surprise, dumbbell!
Oh.
Who's the prettiest unicorn now?
I had too much fun making those vectors of him.
Verily and forsooth, Finn, our predicament is quite importunate and unpropitious.
Yeah.
You have done well. All right, go time, mano y mano.
Dude, if you're gonna be a spy, you're gonna need a better strategy than that. You see, being a spy is all about stealth and deceitfulness. You have to be sure to play your enemies into your hands, because even the slightest wrong move could result in your demise. Especially if you're using high-skilled weapons like
Oh,
the
nuts to
irreturnable
this.
Orc. Yeah, I guess that works too.
Wow.
I just killed one of my own team members. Yet I have no regrets!
Oh, I didn't know what to do here at this point. I just started making fireworks and him just attacking everybody at this point. Just flies after KP. Oh, I take off in rainbow. I'm that desperate to use rainbow magic.
Indeed. This is quite a display. What do you think, Firebrand?
Well, he still needs a little practice, seeing as he's about as subtle as the mask.
Ha! That's for trying to move in on my mare, buddy.
Oh, come on, Fox! That was 3 months ago when I said I was sorry!
That was one of my
But if
favorite
anything,
scenes
I find
ever.
his pain and the painting of his incredibly amusing.
Sacre bleu, mein croissant just got barreled.
Okay, you
You are overdoing the friendship bit. Yeah, I
No,
agree with that.
seriously,
Why
the
here?
song I was gonna give to everyone
But it's
who was
hilarious.
suffering got burnt to a crisp. Oh man! I haven't had this much fun since I danced alongside Black Griffin and Michelle Krieber during Brony Palooza.
For the last time, no one cares about you. You really.
I should have made a
did.
dog like a fist, like he punched Firebrand in the nose real quick.
Absolutely sure having him on the blue team is a good idea, Keyframe?
Better to have the devil be your ally than be in his path.
We're doomed.
We're all doomed, Doc. And that was To Be or Not To Be. And oh my goodness. Oh. So as you can see, that took a lot longer. It was probably the longest introduction of a character out of the entire blue team. Was this a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. I was a little worried, but at the same time, I kind of took it as an opportunity to help better prepare myself for the new challenge approaches. Now, that video was made like 2 videos before this one. The little teaser of the new challenger approaches, and I don't think I'll need to review that because it's kind of self-explanatory. Me and Vector Brody came together to create the assets for that, just like we did with the other videos, but he did like all the images of one half, which was Dusty Cat, and the save and the Alicorn amulet. I did Antony C in the screens. So yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to review the new challenger approaches because it kind of just came together on its own. But yeah, so To Be or Not To Be, it was the longest character introduction I'd done. I was extremely intimidated by it because there were more characters on the screen. It was a lot longer than I anticipated, and I was worried about time. But at the same time, Dr. Wolf never pressured me on getting it out as humanly fast as possible. He always said to take my time, because I had loads of time to get it out. Especially with the fact they were still creating and working on the scripts for like part 2 of Seven Nation Army and part 3 and 4. Part 1 was already ready to go. They were just collecting audio for it. So basically, this was a challenge to me, and when I realized I could handle it, then again my confidence got boosted up even higher. And then finally, when we got the Seven Nation Army Part 1 audio done, and I ended up listening to it with Doc and Josh, and I was basically asking questions about what was happening at that point, I was super excited about it. And since, and I believe this video, To Be or Not To Be, really helped me to mentally prep myself to what to expect with Seven Nation Army, because it meant it was going to require everybody on the teams to be viewed and get proper screen time as much as I could give them. There was going to be a lot more effects and explosions, and I think To Be or Not To Be really helped with preparing me for that. So there you have it. And of course, if you guys have a question, please leave one in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer. And that's all she wrote. Y'all keep an eye out for those rainbows. They will make you smile.